because you're a scholarship athlete doesn't mean your playing time is guaranteed. And I think sometimes high school players kind of mix the two together. Well, I need that scholarship to guarantee my playing time. That scholarship just means that we want you at our school, but we want you to earn a position at our school or in our program.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Like baseball fully funded is what I think 11.75 scholarships.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I mean, there's quite a few guys on every single team. Not every guy, but there's probably 18 guys or however they're able to split it up into the quarters of the scholarship. So yeah, a scholarship is just money to help you get your education and be there to play baseball, but it has zero to do with the time that you're going to actually get or you know, be able to actually play. As far as, it's an amazing thing when the small things that we had to do as far as that, like doing things like that, water or cleaning up and things, as you become more of a team and you become a unit, there's some great stuff that can happen as far as that goes. And it takes simple things like that to kind of build it a little bit, but then it also just kind of shows the character.
Right.
Like some of the stuff that I had to do back then, I still do to this day. You know, clean as far as cleaning the field or taking care of stuff, cleaning dugouts. It's just it becomes instilled into you so much that it just becomes part of your fiber. I think one of the hardest things to try to change is or build is work ethic and the character. Like that's what builds your character, is having to do those small things.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny, the getting the water and that thing that I had said, or I'll ask kids all the time for, you know, baseballs, you know, can you guys grab that bucket of balls? And typically it's always the best player that grabs the bucket of balls. It's because he understands.
Right.
The guys that are okay or that are, you know, they're mid-level guys, they don't want to go do it. They don't understand that, well, him picking up the bucket of balls, how he works at that is the way he works at everything.
Yeah.
And I always tell this to a couple buddies that we know from the factory, but I'll never forget, we do these factory events and do these showcases, and we're at this more premier one that we had, and they're picking for the All-American game. So this one kid, his name, well, now he's in the minor leagues, but Dylan Carlson is out there, and I'm hitting ground balls, fungos to them, all these guys, and call for balls. And Dylan's the guy that runs it, you know, grabs the balls, and he's the guy that we're I mean, he's one of the guys that we're there to watch. So he's up there to be picked, and I know I always remember this because he's the only kid that ever did this for me before at any one of these events. He sat down the bag of balls and then he grabbed a baseball and he handed it to me. And just the simple thing of him handing it to me was like, it just kind of caught me off guard because most of the times they do, like, they'll just set it down.
Yeah.
But he had so much, I guess, more respect for the game or just so much character as far as that went. And he did it every time. I went through probably 3 or 4 bags of balls. He was always the guy that grabbed the bag, brought it over. And he's one of the best players around at that time.
Yeah.
So if that guy can do it,
right,
everybody, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to be able to do things like that, but it's just that character, that ability to be able to kind of humble yourself a little bit and do those things is what makes those guys so great.